Well, hello friends. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today, I am back with a very exciting, huge thrift haul. I get requested very often to do wardrobe related videos. So either thrift hauls, wardrobe tour, styling outfits videos, like anything that is wardrobe related, it's highly requested normally. And I happen to have thrifted quite a bit in the last few months, and I've collected some gorgeous items. Let me tell you that. This is going to be a theme in this video, the gorgeousness. It just occurred to me like I could actually film a collective thrift haul. So 2 disclaimers, there's going to be a lot of black involved, but knowing me, it's probably no surprise to you. Also, again, this is a collective thrift haul. So these items that I'm about to show you come from very different settings, places, and situations, and I haven't purchased this all at once. This has been 4 months in the making, basically. Back in the summer, I have sold a lot of my stuff, not with the intention necessarily to go ahead and immediately replace everything that I've sold, but because I've noticed that there were things that weren't functioning for me anymore, and I really wanted to fill in those gaps that I thought my wardrobe had, and just find pieces that I genuinely wanted and that I was genuinely craving in my wardrobe. So that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be a chatty video. It's going to be a chilled video. So if this is your vibe, welcome. Grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's just dive right into it. You probably have seen that a couple of months ago, if not, I'm going to link it below, I have posted a short of an unboxing. A subscriber sent me a box. They had a bunch of clothes and things that they weren't using anymore, and they very kindly thought about sending me a box, secondhand items that they have put together for me out of things that they knew or they thought I might like and wear and would fit me. And I'm not going to show you everything that I kept from that haul or from that box, because not everything ended up fitting me, and I made sure to donate those things so they can be put in good use. But I am going to show you the number one most worn item out of the things that I kept from that box, which is this one. This is a faux leather backpack originally from the brand Accessorize. I love that this is incredibly comfortable and easy to use. I can style it and pair it with everything, so it's incredibly versatile. It fits a ton. It fits my entire apartment, my cat, my emotional baggage, everything fits in here. And it would still look stylish enough to be worn as a stylish piece. Also, I have tossed this everywhere in the last 2 months because I've used this on a daily, and this shows no signs of wear and tear, which it's impressive because very, very often faux leather starts to chip and to peel immediately and to scratch immediately. And so I'm not a huge fan of faux leather altogether, but this has been holding out super well, and I'm very excited. And this was, again, free because it was coming from that subscriber's box. Thank you again for sending this. I am trying to become not to become a person, but I'm trying to let my skirts and dresses persona branch out a little more, because I am mostly notoriously known for wearing pants. I wear jeans, I wear slacks, white leg pants, whatever that is, but I find that wearing pants is always a safe bet for me. And I would like to become someone who, I love wearing skirts and dresses, but I don't wear them often. I would love my skirt and dresses persona to, again, bloom and flourish. And so I have a few things that go exactly in that direction. So the next item is a beautiful, in my opinion, very beautiful dress, striped, black and white. You notice this is something that I very happily wear. This is originally from Reserved, which is a fast fashion brand, but it's hard not to find fast fashion brands at thrift stores and flea markets, because that's everything there is these days for the most part. I truly believe that thrifting is art that needs to be mastered. You have to learn how to thrift properly. Otherwise, you just end up with a bunch of things that you buy just because they're cheap, but you're not paying attention to important things like the fit, the cut, the details, the materials and all of that. And that is just going to be a waste of money. But if you know what to look for, you know what you want, and you know what to search and what to buy, what it's worth actually investing in, not necessarily all of fast fashion are bad, because if you are on a low budget and you can't afford expensive vintage pieces, then what you can go for, it's the best of the quality that you can buy with the money that you have. This is a beautiful short sleeve dress, very fitted on the top, which is very flattering for my body type, and then it flares out in this big midi to maxi skirt with asymmetrical stripe pattern. I am very excited because I am sure that this, despite the stripy pattern, this is going to be definitely a staple in my wardrobe. I think skirts and dresses can be a great way to put together a beautiful outfit with minimal effort. So this is going to be perfect just for that. I never thought this was going to be possible, but I have thrifted the exact same thing again, because when you like something and it's all of a sudden missing from your wardrobe, you want that thing to be present in your wardrobe again. And that is the case with this Descendants Everything Sucks t-shirt. I love Descendants. It's one of my favorite bands. It has a very special meaning in my life. And I had the exact same t-shirt that I purchased on Vinted back when it was Kleiderkreisel. So it's been that long. I think 5.5 years ago, I trashed that t-shirt because I worn it so much and now it's unwearable. I really, really wanted to get it again. And so I did. I really love when the algorithm suggests me things that I actually might like. And this was the case with this t-shirt. I bought it literally like 3 minutes after it was put online. This was €3 plus shipping, because I didn't have to think about it. I knew that this was no brainer. It was in perfect condition. It just wasn't steamed or ironed, but I don't care. I can do that myself. And so this was absolutely a no brainer. Descendants. I love a band tee. I love a graphic tee. Yes, 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 yes. Next item was very inexpensive, but something that I have been liking so much to have in my wardrobe. Mini skirt. A-lined. It's very flattering for my body type. It helps me to hide the things that I want to hide. It has a very comfortable elasticated waist and 2 zipped pockets. Kind of thick, but very soft fabric. This is originally from Zara, and this was just €3. I've been trying to kind of like reassess my sweaters, cardigans situation, because I noticed that I had a lot of synthetics, and I have developed in a very short time span, a high intolerance for 100% synthetic items, especially tops, sweaters, shirts of any kind. That's not going to do it for me anymore. It just doesn't work for me anymore. And so that's where a lot of the selling also came into play. And so I was looking for new sweaters to kind of like fill in the gaps that I felt that I literally had, because I sold some sweaters and cardigans. And so I found on Vinted, again, stripes. I told you, I'm a very simple person. I know what I want, and when I find it, I just get it, because this is what I am into. Chunky knit, black and white stripes, oversized cut, nice buttons in the front, and it works really well with high-waisted jeans, with pants, even with skirts, even the skirt from before. Very simple, very basic. This is mostly cotton, so that is why it's very comfortable to wear. And I love that it's wide enough, like oversized enough, that allows me to add layers, because it's freezing now in Berlin. We woke up with snow today in Berlin. It's literally freezing. However, being mostly cotton, it's versatile enough to be worn also in other seasons. And this was, I believe, on Vinted around the €10 mark. I don't remember correctly, unfortunately. Some of these things were purchased months ago, so I can't remember how much I paid for them. But I believe that was around that price range. This item is a specific example of things that find you and not you that find them type of thrifting item, because this is exactly what happened with this vintage skirt. I was randomly browsing at a flea market on a Saturday afternoon at the end of September. Vintage wool skirt, 100% wool on the outside. It has a beautiful lining on the inside, so it won't be scratchy or uncomfortable to wear, but this is 100% wool. And it has this amazing, is it called tartan? Like, how do you pronounce that? Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Perfect for this freezing cold season. This would look amazing with a super simple black long sleeve or a black sweater and some lace-up boots, like combat boots or just boots in general of any kind. I thought that this was too good to be passing by. This was €5 at a flea market. It was just absolutely stunning. You can tell that this is a vintage skirt, but it's in beautiful condition and it has that beautiful worn in feel that makes it look so nice, in my opinion. That's the beauty of vintage pieces. And also I like that it has belt loops. When I purchased this, I wasn't specifically looking for something like this because I already had a black blazer, but when you find a blazer that fits you perfectly, you only need one blazer. I'm not someone who wears a lot of business clothes, formal clothes, those type of things, but I like having a black blazer because a black blazer is kind of like a way for me to dress up something very casual like a jeans and t-shirt and even a pair of sneakers to go with it. But if you put on a blazer, if that blazer fits you well, fits you amazingly, and you feel good in it, you only need that blazer and you instantly look polished. And this is exactly what happened with this black blazer. This is originally from Uniqlo. I tried it on and I loved it instantly, to the point where the other blazer that I thrifted last year, it's on my waiting to be sold Vinted pile right now. I put it on sale on my Vinted. I'm going to link it below, by the way, if you want to check it out. In beautiful condition. It's very, very well made. I am a fan of Uniqlo because I think Uniqlo makes, if you know again what to buy, it makes very good pieces for an affordable price. But when you thrift this for, I think it was €3, this one, like it was insane. It has two pockets, like two real pockets. Most of the times these are fake on blazers, but this fits me very nicely. It's structured here on the shoulders and then it's just fitted so it doesn't look bulky or just, weird on me. And I love that I can wear it like even with graphic tees, band tees. It's just a very fun way for me to put together a no-brainer outfit in literally 2 seconds. If I don't know what to wear, I go for a t-shirt, this blazer, maybe I put a couple of pins or, a couple of buttons here on the pocket and just a pair of black pants or jeans or whatever. And I am dressed for the day and I don't have to think about it. So definitely a wardrobe staple for me. This is something that I've been wearing quite a lot back when it was warm, not so much lately because again, it's freezing these days. So, but I am so excited to have this because the composition of the fabric is beautiful and I love the pattern. There's just, come on. Blouse, short sleeve or kind of like almost 3/4 length sleeve. The sleeves are puffy, so it has volume to the top, and when I wear this I feel amazing because it just helps to balance my proportions. This is originally from Zara, but again, if you know what to buy, you're gonna be fine. For me, like the selling point was not the pattern exclusively because come on, it's perfect, but this has a composition of 54% viscose, 32 cotton and 14% linen. It's breathable, it's soft, and it looks great with a lot of things. So excited about this. This item was on my thrift list for so long that I actually had given up all of my hopes. I wasn't even looking for it anymore because I thought, what's the point if I go to a thrift store and I go to the leather jackets section, if there's one, and all I can find there, it's a bunch of faux leather, plasticky, poor quality things. That's not what I want. If I want a leather jacket, I want a real leather jacket that's going to be good quality, that's going to last me through the years. and that's gonna fit me nicely and that I know that it's worth putting my money in. Also, leather jackets, real leather jackets, can be really expensive, but sometimes the thrifting gods are helping you out. That is exactly what happened with this one. Real leather jacket. It doesn't have too much hardware that makes it look like very obviously moto style of leather jacket. That's not what I was looking for. Buttery soft. And the most absurd thing of this is that this had a tag on. So this came new straight from a store. And I believe I recognize the tag being from TK Maxx. So if you live in the US, for you, it's TJ Maxx, but you know what that is. It's a big retail store that sells a lot of supposedly big brands for very affordable prices. And I wasn't aware of this brand. I never heard of it before, but the brand is Guarani Stock London. And according to that tag, this was 299 euros originally, and it retailed at TK Maxx for 89.90, which would have been a fine price for a new real leather jacket. But I bought it at a thrift store that was selling by the kilo. So basically you just weigh everything at the checkout. And I paid, I believe, not even 10 euros for this. Like, this was an absolute steal. I couldn't believe when I found this. And I believe I found it the same day. Yeah, it must have been the same day when I found that blazer. It was at some point back in, I don't know, August, September. I don't remember, to be honest, but I don't remember also the actual price, but it was definitely under 10 euros. I am incredibly excited about this. This has been on my list forever. I'm gonna do a pair of shoes just to spruce things up a little. This is also an item that I had on my list for quite a long time, but again, I wanted to take enough time to be able to find something that really suited my requirements, that was good quality, and that was worth for me to put my money in, because it's not like these things these days are hard to find. They're everywhere. They are in style, chunky loafers, but you find a lot of H&M, Primark crap out there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted something real leather, made of real leather, so that I'm sure that if with the proper care, this will last me much longer. And so I scattered. I'm not sure why I used this word here. I'm sorry. What I meant was obviously scanned, searched and searched and searched all over. Vinted for ages, trying to find the perfect pair. And I found it. Chunky loafers. They were in perfect, basically brand new condition, only worn a couple of times, made of real leather. These are originally from Tamaris, which I believe is a German brand. I'm not sure. Real leather, nice, chunky platform situation, which I'm really into these days. I find platform shoes to be very, very comfortable for me. Also, they have this horse bit here, hardware thing that kind of like gives it a little bit of something without being too much in your face. Sometimes I had the problem with these type of shoes that have hardware on them. They're either like too gold, too silvery, and they're obviously like cheap hardware. For me, it was an issue, but with these being this dark color, it's much more muted. Super comfortable shoes, found on Vinted for, I believe, if I remember correctly, around 27 euros, which is still a super price for what it is. Did someone in the back say stripes? Yes. I'm serving you more stripes because the ones that we had until now apparently weren't enough. But this time we have vertical stripes. And off-white for a change, and not white. Slightly oversized sweater with a little bit of a bell sleeve situation that flows very nicely and moves very nicely with me when I move my hands and my arms. Very easy to style, very comfortable, also mostly cotton blend, so it's very soft on the skin, it's very breathable, and I like that I can use it even like maybe when the season starts to warm up, like maybe in the spring or something. Works really well with a lot of things, because when you have a neutral wardrobe, everything works with everything. You can't go wrong with that. Sorry, itchy. I'm not saying that you don't have to wear colors. If that's your thing, just absolutely go for it. I'm just not a very colorful person, so this is what works for me. This is originally from Vero Moda. Very nicely made sweater. I worn this a ton already since I got it. And I bought this on there's a hair on it. And I bought this on a website called Sellpy, which I believe is the secondhand platform that belongs to the H&M group. I personally didn't find the experience mind-blowing, so I won't be purchasing from that website again. This was, I believe, 10 euros, probably a little bit expensive for what it is. But I bought it together with that Zara black skirt, which was only 3 euros. So I kind of like balanced the price in that sense. And I already worn it a ton. So I'm definitely getting the cost per wear out of this one. And I bought it with the next item, which, wait for it. This is gorgeous. And you can't tell me otherwise. And if you will tell me otherwise, I'm sorry, I won't believe you. Would you please look at this? I mean, vintage wool coat with these leopard print details in the hood, down the collar, which, by the way, if you want to mute it down, there's a button so you can close it up and just make it a little bit more discreet. And on the cuffs, which you can totally roll down and hide it if you don't want to make it that loud and that extravagant. But I mean, are you kidding me? This is like me in a wool coat. This is amazing. And the most amazing thing is that nobody wanted this on that stupid website. It must have been sitting there for months, because when I purchased this was €3.50.
€3.50
for a vintage wool coat with this beautiful leopard print detail. Are you kidding me? Currently, right now, it's literally freezing outside, so this won't do the trick when it's minus something. I need to have like the big puffy, sorry, the sun is bothering me a little. This is not something that I can wear when it's snowing outside, when it's minus something. I just need a big, bulky, thick jacket. But I mean, I will never get rid of this. More shoes. These are obviously not wearable now. Thrifted these back in the summer. I think it was either the end of July or at some point in August. I bought these Converse low chucks for €5. And when I wear sneakers a ton in spring and summer. And when I wear sneakers, it's either Vans or Converse. So I thought these were perfect. Also, these are completely black, which is something that I never had before. So very excited about these. We're getting to the end of this haul, I promise. I have another pair of shoes that I've very recently found, which I thought could be a very nice addition to my wardrobe. Lace-up boots. They have zipper on the side, so if you don't want to unlace the whole thing every single time, you don't have to, or I won't have to. And they have this stud detail here, which I thought it was quite nice. This would be a very nice boot to wear like where the weather is warmer, because to be honest, the sole isn't thick at all, and it also has zero grip. These were priced actually €7 at the thrift store, but I had a 10% discount card. So I only paid €6.30 for these. And these are again from the same brand of the chunky loafers, Tamaris. They were in very, very good condition for the price. So I thought, why not? This might be an interesting shoe option to have in my wardrobe. I was postponing buying something like this, which I had on my thrift list forever, but this is not the season. So I was postponing it. I wasn't actively looking for this. But when I found it, I tried it on. I liked everything about it, especially the price, but it wasn't the only reason why I bought it. Oversized black denim jacket. I wear a lot of denim. I'm very specific about the washes, but I wear a lot of denim. I have different denim jackets. I have more than one, but I wanted a black one and I didn't have a black one. This is washed black, very oversized, but nice, or oversized nice. Not oversized, I look terrible in it. And it has these rose gold buttons. Very nice wash, I believe. And this is originally from Monkey. So again, H&M group, but what are you gonna do? But it's very beautiful, very well made. It was in perfect conditions. It also has pockets, not only on the chest, but also on the side. So very nice. And also it's oversized enough that I can wear it like even with thicker things underneath. So when the weather starts to warm up, but it's not super warm yet, I can still wear a thick sweater underneath and with this, and I will have enough room to move around and feel comfortable. It was calling my name in the store, and since I had that 10% discount, I bought it together with the boots that I just showed you. This was €4.50. What a steal. I almost forgot to show you this piece. I have mostly black purses. I basically have only black bags. So I wanted a bag that I could use as an alternative to a black bag when I'm wearing a plain black outfit or a very simple basic outfit that could help me to elevate a little bit with a little bit of a fun print. And so I have to search hard to find something like this that wasn't Shein crap, because there's a lot of Shein crap out there. But this wasn't, according to my research, and is this kind of like dumpling round shaped leopard print bag. I don't remember the original brand. I'm sorry. It's not written on the inside for some reason. Maybe it is, but I can't find it right now. But anyway, I bought it on Vinted for, I believe, €10, which is the maximum that I wanted to spend for something like this. I really didn't want to spend a lot of money. And having something like this, it just adds a little bit of personality to the outfit, to whatever I'm wearing. And I love these shape of bags. It's the same shape of the viral Uniqlo bag. You can fit your entire life in these bags. It's impressive. And this is going to be so versatile because I can dress it up, dress it down. I can use it in different situations. It has a very thick, feels very good quality nylon. So it has a little bit of water resistancy to it. It has pockets on the inside, a nice big compartment that fits a lot. And this strap is so soft and comfortable. So overall, very, very pleased with this bag. The last and final item, which it's about time since I've been blabbering for almost 40 minutes at this point. It hasn't arrived yet. I found it on Vinted. So I'm showing you a photo because I'm waiting for it to arrive. But vintage Karl Lagerfeld blouse, 100% viscose, €15, including shipping for vintage Karl Lagerfeld. Gotta love that. I don't wear a lot of colors, but this thing caught my eye because there is something about the quality of vintage pieces. I have a pair of shorts, vintage Karl Lagerfeld, that I bought for pretty much similar price a few years ago. I worn them so much, and there's something about the quality of true vintage pieces from the 80s, 90s, even early through 2000s that cannot be compared to anything else. And this is an absolute eye catcher. I don't wear a lot of color, but trying to put as top option a nice blouse, even if short sleeved, it's a nice alternative to the usual t-shirt, which will allow me to elevate even the most simple look a little bit. Vintage Karl Lagerfeld, beautiful pattern. It has that little bit of something that will zhuzh up a simple pair of jeans even, that I couldn't really resist to it. I love this blouse. I cannot wait for it to come. But according to the listing, it's basically in perfect condition. It has no defects, no signs of wear. And I'm so excited for it to get it so that I can see it and I can add it to my wardrobe, and I'm going to be so happy to be wearing it as soon as I receive it. That was a long one, people. If you're still awake and you're still with me, just comment gorgeous down below. That's going to be our code word for those who made it until the end of the video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you want, just let me know which one is your favorite piece from this whole entire haul. And you can also always leave me a like or subscribe to this channel if you still haven't, because that helps me very much in my journey as a content creator. I guess I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you then.